This is my motovlogging setup that I used for the last months. The DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. Great features, high quality of the camera. The DJI 5 Pro, 4K up to 120 frames per second. And the DJI Mic 2, also a very good combination. I put it with a magnet inside my helmet. You have very good audio quality of your voice, and of course you get a little bit of the motorcycle sound too. But if you do some touring, this setup sometimes gets a little bit heavy. The camera is, I think, 147 grams, so you feel it. If this camera is mounted on the front of your helmet, you carry a lot of weight, so it's pulling your helmet always a little bit down. And now I found a new solution. I bought the DJI Osmo Nano. The big advantage of the Nano is you can take the upper part off. And this small part here is around 50 gram, I think 52. So super lightweight. If you compare this one to the DJI Action 5 Pro, it's a huge difference. I think it's around 1/3 of the weight of the big one. So the camera can always stay on the front of the helmet. And I will try a new microphone, the DJI Mic 3. Today I will do a test ride and I will compare the new DJI Osmo Nano, the super lightweight camera, with my DJI Action 5 Pro. And I will also compare these two microphones, the DJI Mic 2 and the Mic 3. Also a little bit of weight difference, and I will check if there's any quality difference, because the small microphone, the Mic 3, of course, is much smaller. So if you put this one, the small one, inside your helmet in the chin area, then it's not that much disturbing as this huge microphone here. The DJI Osmo Nano comes with this dock here. This dock has some nice features. So if you put the camera on the dock, here are the same functions than on my Osmo Action 5 Pro. So to pair the microphone, you just go here. You have this point here, mic, push the pairing button, and now the Mic 3 is paired. If I go back, then you can see on the top the audio meter on your audio. Then I go in the settings. I don't need stereo, I need mono, because I just use one mic on my helmet. And with the settings, I do the same settings then on my Mic 2. I go to -12. This is a maximum. You also have some different settings for the microphone, like noise reduction off or on. Then you get a yellow light here. I will leave it off. And you have some different settings for the voice tone, rich, regular, or bright. I think I go for rich. And now the microphone is prepared for the test. So mono, -12 decibels. The camera settings, automatic white balance. I am always shooting in D-Log M. And I'm putting texture and noise reduction down to -2. All the functions and settings are nearly the same as on the DJI Action 5 Pro. It should be the same quality, so I will test it today. But the main reason is not the quality, it's the same ecosystem, so the colors and everything will be the same than on my Action 5 Pro. But I want to test if it's more pleasant to ride with this camera on my helmet than with a bigger one. In the moment you put the Nano on the dock, it starts loading. The Nano, this is the version with 128 gigabytes. There's also 64 gigabyte available. If the memory on the Nano is full, then you can put it on the dock. In the dock you can insert a micro SD card. I already put one inside with 256 gigabytes. So if this is full, I can transfer the data to the dock. So this is my old setup. This will be the new one, smaller, lighter. And if the quality is good, I think I will stay with the DJI Nano. Of course, it's waterproof, so no problem to keep it on your helmet when it's raining. I always will have the dock with me, because if you want to charge the Nano, then you have to put it on the dock. So I will go and have a ride now, test the new setup with my helmet and compare it with my old setup and see if there is any quality difference and if I can feel the difference of the weight on my helmet. Okay, so the first test to have a comparison is with my old setup, the DJI Action 5 Pro and the DJI Mic 2 directly here on this side inside my helmet. This is the quality that you get out of the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. This is a camera I always used for my motovlogs. On the other hand, this is the Action 4 that I use for my handlebar. Audio quality should be quite okay. With the DJI Mic 2, you should still hear a little bit of the engine noise. I switched the cameras. Now I have the DJI Nano mounted. Immediately I feel a huge difference when it comes to the weight. So it's not front heavy at all. So let's see how this setup works. So how is the image quality? Do you see any difference to the Osmo Action 5? And how is the audio quality of the Mic 3 in comparison to the Mic 2? I will do a short test later with the DJI Mic 2 mounted to the Nano, and we will see if this shows a big difference. And now you can see if there is any difference in the image quality. But I think it should be the same. All settings are the same. ISO on automatic. So, how does it look? So now I connected the DJI Mic 2 with the Nano, and let's see if there is any difference. Okay. So this is the DJI Osmo Nano with the DJI Mic 2, and I immediately feel the size difference of the microphone. The DJI Mic 3 was much more pleasant. I didn't feel it at all. Now I feel the DJI Mic 2, which is positioned here on my cheeks, so it's very close to my face. But how is the audio? Can you hear any difference from the Mic 3 to the DJI Mic 2? Both are wireless. And now you should also hear a little bit of engine sound. Is there any wind noise? Of course, I have a little bit of wind on my helmet. It's up here. So I will go back to the Mic 3 again. So I changed the settings of the DJI Mic again. I turned on the adaptive gain control, set it to automatic. I went from the rich setting to the standard setting, and I activated the 30-bit to float recording. So let's see if this sounds a little bit different, because before it was way too much clipping. The Mic 2 wasn't clipping at all. This was very good, the sound, and for sure it's very pleasant. It's so small you don't even feel the microphone inside your helmet. But if the audio quality isn't that good, it doesn't help if the size is good and small. So hopefully the audio is better now. Yeah, the camera is absolutely amazing. It's so lightweight. I don't see anything here at the front of my helmet. Before, of course, I could see the camera and a little bit of the back screen, so I could see if it's recording, and I could see the audio levels. I put this rubber button now on top. I had one with me. This is much better. Very easy to find, easy to push. Start and stop the camera. So if this setup is not working, which would be a shame because it's so beautiful, small inside, but if the quality isn't good enough, then I have to go for the Mic 2, depending on your helmet. Sometimes you feel it a little bit on your cheeks. Of course, the glamster is very short here at the chin, so you feel it. Maybe with another helmet, you will not feel the microphone. I'm back from the test ride, and as you could see in the footage, the image quality, there's nearly no difference in these two cameras. It's absolutely the same. Also, the colors are the same, but the weight is a big difference. When it comes to audio, I think I would prefer the DJI Mic 2 over the Mic 3. It's bigger, so the form factor of the Mic 3, of course, is much more pleasant. I think the audio quality of the Mic 2 is a little bit better. Also, the wind resistance is a little bit better on the 2. But if this is okay what you heard, then you can also use the Mic 3, and it's much more pleasant if you put the small mic inside your helmet, just like that. You don't even see it. And if I put the big one in, you see I have to find a place, and it always sticks out a little bit. So the size of the small microphone definitely much better, fits better inside the chin area. It's not disturbing in a way than the big one does sometimes. So I think for my next motovlogs I will use the Nano just because of its quality and of the weight, and it's not disturbing that much on the helmet. So a very good camera for motovlogging. There are some issues that I have to test. Some people are talking about overheating of the camera because it's very small, 4K 60. I will try to film everything in 4K 25, and I will do some test rides and longer filming and see how long I can film with this camera until it overheats. But normally I turn the camera on, film 2, 3, 4 minutes, and I turn it off. So I'm not filming 30 or 40 minutes in a row. This is boring. I will put all the links to these products, the DJI Action 5 Pro, the Nano, the microphones down in the video description, just in case you are looking for it. And if you liked the video today, then give me a big thumbs up. And if you didn't do it already, please subscribe to the channel. It would be really appreciated. And if you're riding, ride safe. I see you in the next one. Take care and cheers.